The 2-year Treasury yield reaches highs not seen in more than a decade. If you spent any time here at all, you know we watch the 10-year Treasury all the time. It's really the benchmark yield, as they say down here. Ironically, the benchmark yield really that the world kind of watches to set rates and things like that. So what's going on, guys? Brandon here. And the 2-year is hitting all-time highs since the past decade here, for the last decade. So this is, again, alarming for anyone that has variable rate mortgages, really namely anyone that has dollar-denominated debts all across the world. This is, again, why you see Sri Lanka collapsing, all these countries collapsing, because the credit market is the biggest market in the world. It's really a Ponzi scheme. It's the biggest Ponzi scheme there is. All these electrical outlets plugged into themselves, people taking out bonds, buying debt, government, China, all these countries buying American debt, saying, hey, we're pretty confident that the government's going to tax their taxpayers or tax their citizens in the future. We can almost guarantee it. That's why they call it the risk-free return, when really it's a reward-free risk. That's really what it is, especially when you're getting less than the inflation rate is. So think about real clown world. You're not only taking a bond out, if you buy bonds, which most people are in their pensions portfolio, ETFs or 401ks, things like that. You're guaranteeing the government's going to print or make you pay taxes in the future to pay off yourself. So electrical outlet plugged into itself. And not only that, inflation is really at 15% or so minimum, as we used to actually, not what the government says, but actually what we used to say. So you're at 15% of real inflation, and then you have what we'll call it 5% on the 10-year, just to be generous. I mean, bump it up to 5% now, just 1 extra percent. So 15 minus 5, so you're down 10%. You're losing 10%. This is the real rate. This is the clown world we're living in, and people accept this as okay. They think that that's okay, and they think they're going to get by somehow. Well, most people are going to vote for a government to do something, right? They're going to do something. You can't kick me out of my home. This is ridiculous. I didn't know. Just like student loans. Do you think student loans is just the end, or is like that's just the beginning of what's going to happen? Again, I have a theory that, and I've said this before a long time ago, that people will not get kicked out of their homes because they're going to say, well, that wasn't fair. I shouldn't have been kicked out of my home. And how dare people with their Instagram Live or TikTok Live, look at the Johnson family getting kicked out of their home. How dare these people? So there's going to be huge backlash. You think student loan stuff is bad? Just wait until 2 million people, 5 million, 10 million people are getting kicked out of their homes. Just wait. Just wait. Life's not all about fairness. Life's not about, as much as I want it to be, merit and accountability and responsibility. Life is about popularity contests. Life's about emotion. And life's about fervor and what is the sentiment and the populism that's going on. So these are massive problems that we have. And here you can see the yield curve right here, inverted. We have the rates in the short end higher than the rates on the longer end, which, again, the government is trying to push up the rates, and the long end saying, no, call the bluff. Like, you guys are going to have to lower this eventually. You're going to have to pivot. You're going to have to come in and buy the bonds, and these rates are going to come back down. So this is them getting, I love Neel Kashkari, this guy. Meanwhile, Minneapolis Fed President Neel Kashkari, the guy said we can just print unlimited currency during COVID, indicated that further rate increases could be on the horizon and that the Fed may accelerate the pace of rate hikes again. So again, they're trying to crush everyone. We've been saying this over and over and over. They're trying to crush everyone. This is how they get everyone to own nothing and be happy, because they crush everyone, they destroy all the jobs, they destroy everything, make everyone renters. They come in, and the Fed's going to have to start buying everything eventually. They have to start buying real estate from people. They're going to have to start buying stocks. They're going to have to start buying everything, like mass scale, not just like the little stuff they've done, buying bonds, buying all the assets. So they're going to be the only ones that own anything. The secret owners of the Fed are the ones that own everything, and the people are going to own nothing and be happy. And that's how you keep people dependent, subservient, and voting for more BS. The arson and the fighter, they create the problem, and the people that don't know what's going on, they're scared. And then, again, we saw this in the 30s in Germany. People come in and say, they're the problem, and then everyone says, okay, and then boom, there you go. And this is how this happens over and over and over again. This is why I'm so incredibly bullish on Bitcoin. This is why I'm so incredibly passionate. I don't know what to say, but passionate about education and helping people understand what is going on and the ramifications, true ramifications of this. And they're going to try to put people in the CBDCs and get people into this slavery coin and to run every single aspect of their life. Many investors have been concerned about the pace of rate hikes dragging the U.S. economy into recession. We're already there. We've been there for 15 years, for crying out loud. I mean, this is the world we are living in. And mortgage rates jump back over 7% as inflation fears drive yields higher. Yes, this is going to happen. The average rate in the 30-year mortgage jumped back over 7%. Growing fears that inflation is not cooling off. It's not going to, guys. This is a world we're in. Financial repression. They're going to have to print. They're going to keep printing. pushing bond yields higher. Is what we talked about earlier on our daily update. Mortgage rates loosely follow the 10-year, as we've talked about many times, while the trajectory for rates now appear to be higher. Again, it's not necessarily guaranteed for the long term. Well, it is. It's guaranteed up until things break, and then the Fed has to come in and start buying everything, which we just outlined. So anyway, I'll link to these articles. You can go read them. But this is, again, the news you need to know within a few minutes, and analysis from someone who's been in the market. I've been in the investing side, I've been in the real estate side, I've been in all this, watching this, studying this now for a decade plus, well over a decade, and studying monetary history and what's going to happen and just history in general. We have to be prepared. Bitcoin, gold, silver, food, energy, water, security, firearms, ammo, land, build community. Community is the number one thing. So build a community of like-minded people. In saying that, please, algorithm hates truth, it hates reality. Please share this out with someone you think might get this, someone might need to hear it. It's the only way this stuff's going to get out. That's the only way. The algorithm is not going to help. I have all kinds of people. Brandon, why is this channel not growing more? This channel is awesome. Because algorithm hates truth. We're on Damus now. We're going to start doing different things. We're going to be on Zion eventually, where it's unfiltered and you can't take content down. That's where things are really going to step up. Watch out. And we have interviews coming so that you don't have to hear me talk all the time. You're going to hear people in the space as well, Bitcoin, real estate. And you're going to see that coming as well starting next week. So I appreciate you guys more than you know, your time and energy. It's the most important thing we have. Bitcoin is time and time is Bitcoin. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Again, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is not financial advice. It's freedom advice. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.